Upgrading window trim is one of the best ways to improve your home without breaking the bank. Would you like to add some character to your windows but struggle with rounded corners? Follow along and I'll show how to change those rounds into a beautiful craftsman feature that packs a whole lot of wow. We redid this fireplace about a year ago, adding a wraparound, a reclaimed wood mantle, and some built-in bench seating with storage. Since then, the windows have seemed really plain. So to redo them, we started by removing the existing molding and then cutting away the ledge that was there. What we did was run that through the table saw and then just trimmed it to the new width of the window. To square up those window corners, we added thin pieces of wood along the interior portion of the window. And in order to get the correct width, we held a piece of wood against the outside wall and then measured from the window out to that piece of wood. Once the wood for that interior portion of the window was ripped down to width on the table saw, we took that and the exterior pieces outside and primed them all using our Wagner paint sprayer. Next, we cut the pieces to length and simply fit them in the window, starting at the top and then moving to the sides and nailing them in place with our Ryobi brad nailer. The outer trim pieces went up next. We simply started with the sides, again nailing them in place with the brad nailer, and then moving to the top and bottom boards, which are 3/4 inches longer on either side. The windows were looking pretty good at this point. We did have to do a little extra fixing and shimming because of the nature of this house, and I cover that in greater detail on the blog. From here, you'll want to go ahead and fill in all of those nail holes, make sure that they're sanded smooth, and then it's on to the painting step. Because our walls are a little more out of square than the average home due to it having been moved from another city, we went ahead and made the decision to paint all of our window trim in place. Now that's definitely a little more work and a whole lot more masking, but we're thrilled with how it came out and we're exceptionally happy with the Wagner Studio Pro paint sprayer. We used the eye spray nozzle, which doesn't require the paint to be thinned down at all, and then set the tip on a diagonal, which is good for jobs like window trim where you're going to be painting at lots of different angles. One of my favorite features of the Studio Pro is that the motor is contained within the case that also holds the spray nozzles and the hose, so you're not having to carry it around with you as you're doing the spraying. The trick to using a paint sprayer is spraying thin, even coats. If you spray too much, you'll end up with runs. The consistency on the sprayer turned out so great that we were able to get everything done in 2 coats. The final step is to add caulking to all of the seams along the interior and exterior portions of the window so that you don't end up with any unsightly gaps. Let's take another quick look at that before shot. As you can see, adding window trim made a huge difference. We also added new trim in our dining area and in the kitchen, where the impact was absolutely huge, and we're really thrilled with how it turned out. Our home certainly boasts a lot more character these days. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can find the full tutorial on my website at www.thecreatedhome.com. I'd also love to have you follow along on Facebook and Instagram at The Created Home.